So, we are going to see if we can complete what we currently have with Scarlet Hollow. Also, we might have new news, looks like, which that could be interesting. I'll read that and bring it in for you guys. There we go. Black Debbie. Turn it up just a scooch. Here we go. We head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The birds sound different today, muffled like your ears are full of cotton. The dull sun shines down on the surrounding wilderness, seeming to wash the color from the world. But you're adjusting. Already your body is starting to accept the change that has come over you, to accept that this is how things will be from here on out. Keen-eye glimpses of pale figures dot your periphery. You haven't seen ditchlings in the middle of the day before. They're getting bolder. To your surprise, you find a familiar face making its way up the path toward you. Hey, I was just coming up to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. They don't say anything about your appearance, but you can see them take you in the light of day, revealing your new features clearly for the first time. You doing okay? I'm old now, my bones hurt. You know, aging like this isn't too bad. Man's just fine. I regret what I did. I should have just left it there. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'd rather not talk about it. I'm gonna do this one. You know, aging like this isn't too bad. A man's just fine. The gray streak is pretty cool and adds some sophistication to your look. That ghost was trying to punish you, but I think it wound up doing you a favor. Explore, keen-eye. Are you really feeling chill after everything happened last night? Oh, and yeah, you'll start to see options like this where you can flirt with different people. You were coming up to see me? That's sweet. I think I'm going to do the keen-eye. Are you really still feeling chill after everything that happened last night? I'd be lying if I said last night didn't have an impact. I kind of feel bruised all over, physically and spiritually. But hey, that's part of life, right? No one makes it to the end completely unscathed. And I'm kind of thrilled that my new emotional baggage comes from a ghost instead of some boring normal trauma. Ditchlings everywhere. How are you doing? Have you heard anything from Stella? I'm gonna do ditchlings. There are ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime. Avery turns to survey the tree line. I'm gonna break in here really quick, because every time an event happens, and we happen, or somebody else says, oh, maybe this is why the ditchlings were here. And yet they keep coming, and they keep coming, like making it worse, like showing up during the day. Something's coming, and I have a feeling, and I'll talk about it more during the theory video, but it's coming at the end of the week. So keep that in mind. I noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting a good look at them with their scrunched up little Sharpay faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're a bad omen or something, but like, are they dangerous? They're not going to eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? No, but you might get some eggs land in your skin. They're pretty small. You might be safe. I don't know, they might. Not if you eat them first. No, but you might get some eggs laid in your skin. Oh, is that all they do? That doesn't sound too bad. I think I could survive a parasite larva or two. Just glad being eaten alive isn't on the table. I mean, it's getting a parasite or eating you just more slowly from the inside. What? Sounds like you're saying you'd enjoy the experience. Is it terrible to say it would be kind of neat to grow a weird little guy? I'd much rather be eaten. Yeah, I get that. Being eaten sounds really bad. Let's do that one. Seems like a painful way to go. While a parasite lava sapping all my nutrients and leaving me with their touch doesn't sound great, at least it doesn't involve any rending or tearing. Well, maybe tearing once it's done with me. But I also have modern medicine on my side, so I doubt I would actually die. I would just have a cool story to tell at parties. I'm gonna do this one. Are you doing okay after last night? I'm great. With something like possession, I kind of feel like there are more upsides than downsides. There aren't a lot of people out there who can say they've been through something like that. It's a pretty cool badge of honor as far as I'm concerned. We're gonna ask about Stella. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. Let's do this one. Kanika and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Want to come? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. It's absolutely packed with miners. They must be used as home base for the strike. Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. Have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning. Let's head to town. Yeah, good idea. You and Avery start back down the path to town. Oh, there's Kanika. It isn't long till you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Beth, you made it, and you picked up an Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted and super foggy. Now also keep that in mind because remember what Kanika's mom Sybil said about her having a cold and drinking her tea? That's gonna come in. Mom has been insisting I caught a cold and wasn't buying it, but as of this morning, I've come around. Also, I really like her belt. If you notice, it's the phases of the moon. It goes waxing, full moon, and then waning, and new moon. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from looking for Stella. Do you think there could be a rational explanation? Is someone made in the general store? I was kind of surprised you reached out to me. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point. I'm gonna say this. I think last night just pushed her over the edge. I know I've only known her a couple days, but it feels like she has a tendency to run from difficult emotions. Usually she just changes the subject, but I guess this time she wound up literally running. You're absolutely right. And as her friends, we can't let her be alone at a time like this. I've made that mistake before. Plus, she could get mobbed by those weird little creatures, or worse. Exactly. This is no time for anyone to be off on their own. Who knows what kind of weird stuff is out there? After the past couple nights, I wouldn't be surprised if there are actual Bigfoots in the woods, just waiting to eat any human that wanders too far from civilization. Do Bigfoots feed thirst for human flesh? Is that some kind of common knowledge I wasn't keyed in on? I wouldn't be surprised, is all I'm saying. Okay, let's get started. I don't want to waste another minute. Where to first? So, we have options. But I think the best thing is to start with Stella. Okay, let's go to Stella's house. Good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous about doing anything by myself today, just in case I ran into yet another horror from down the veil or whatever. I'm gonna get a drink. You make your way towards Stella's home. The door is as pristine as any old wooden door. No bloody handprints inside, any telltale sign of Wade absent. If something happened here, it didn't involve him, at least not at the front door. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. That's spooky. The house is quiet, the world outside muffled as you take a cautious step over the threshold into the muted air of the living room. No excitable pug rushes to greet you at the door, and you have a feeling that no Stella is going to emerge from the shadows to sleepily greet you. She dead. Stella died, and it's all my fault. I'm not from around here. Is it normal for people to just leave your doors open? Okay. I'm gonna do this one. I'm not from around here. Is it normal for people to leave their doors open like that? I've left my patio door open on occasion, usually when I'm home, but I've had squirrels take that as an invitation one too many times and bust in to take a few bites as my plant. So even I keep my doors closed. It's bad enough that they go after everything in the community garden, but to come into my house and help themselves to my precious leafy babies. The squirrels of Scarlet Hollow are my only true enemies. And Stella would definitely know better than to leave her door wide open like this, especially considering the ditchling situation. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Screw going in there. Let's just get the cops. Enter Stella's house. Yeah, we should go in. Cool. I'll be brave and go first. Avery casually steps over the threshold into Stella's house. The living room is almost exactly like you saw it the other day. Aside from a corner of the room dedicated to Gretchen, Stella's house almost feels like a museum. Everything's organized with a sort of tidiness you wouldn't expect from someone as rough and tumble as Stella, and only a handful of objects feel like they belong to her. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've had that before. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. But also, considering her family is there and her parents died, that kind of makes sense that she would leave it as kind of like a museum. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything, unless it happened in another room, or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. I'm going to forget that you said that and just be thankful that it doesn't look like a crime scene. We can investigate the kitchen, we can investigate Stella's room, or we can move on. Let's do the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple cabinets are hanging open. A loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Key night. The crust of the bread has gone somewhat stale, about as much as you'd expect after being left out overnight. Whoever left it here left many hours ago. So, I'm not going to tell you guys where Stella is. We'll find her at the end of the day. But my current theory is that she came home, packed something to eat, and then left. Which is reassuring because, in my mind, it means she wasn't attacked, she wasn't drug off into the woods or whatever, and she had enough foresight to make herself some food. It's a little messy, but it doesn't look like anything violent happened here. It's Stella's kitchen. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one. It's a little messy, but it doesn't look like anything violent happened here. It's possible she came home, grabbed some food, and left in a hurry, right? Did she have somewhere she needed to be? She didn't say she had something she had to rush off to. Maybe she just had a panic attack after being possessed. But that was over 12 hours ago. I'd hope she would be home by now if that was the case. Is Stella the sort of person to stop back home to make a snack in the middle of a mental health crisis? Yes. And it's comforting to think that might be all that happened. A panic attack is much more manageable than rotting ghouls or parasitic doughboys. Okay, let's investigate Stella's room. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. Key night. No streaks of blood and pus that might belong to a certain phantom miner. He hasn't been here. You do notice, though, that her jacket is nowhere in sight. It isn't in her closet, and when it's on the coat rack in the other room. See, so that subscribes to my theory. And I can't remember if when we find her later, if she had her jacket with her. But I'm going to assume that she did. Probably because I don't think she spent the night. I think well, especially considering, which I won't spoil, but considering where we find her, she had somewhere she wanted to be quite urgently to see if something might be true. So, my theory is that she rushed home, made herself some food, grabbed her jacket, maybe a couple other things, and took off. So, Keenan. Stella's jacket is gone. The Letterman one. It was on the rack in the other room. It's not here. And she didn't have it yesterday. Okay, I'm sold. Between this and the kitchen, she must have come home last night. And it seems like she was the one who decided to leave. No struggle or anything. So what we can do is check her computer. You go to check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? We already broke into her house, right? For all we know, there could be some kind of clue on there, like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house. The door is left wide open. Well, maybe the computer was left open too. I'm with Avery. What if we don't find Stella and Stella because we didn't snoop on her computer? If Stella didn't want us to snoop, she shouldn't have gone missing. I don't make the rules. Okay, but what if she's been gossiping about us to her online friend? Look, I know it's an invasion of privacy, but we've got to do whatever we can to find her. I like that one. Sure, snoop away, but I'm not going to take part in this. I'll just be over here, standing in the corner of the room, not looking over your shoulder. Let me know if you find anything. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. Whoa, how do we find anything on here? You don't. Come on, let's go. So let's do checker open tabs. It would take you all day to count the number of open tabs on Stella's browser. So numerous are her tabs that you can't see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from Windows Edge to Windows Edge. Her most recently opened tab is a post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post in question is titled, "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hey everyone! Oh, I like her username, Hidden Appalachia. Was out chasing a skunk ape studying the other day and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Bride of Bigfoot. Camera isn't shaky enough to totally stage. Moth stand. Clean footage and some sort of cryptid nobody's heard of except your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. Okay, I gotta look that up considering I'm in England now. I forgot about that. Thought you were legit. Lucky Stars with a Z. Guys, when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Gary, a bunch of numbers. Since every low-budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious. I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at this nest. They've been doing something to the animals in town, and they're apparently some sort of bad omen. Like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love you, Mothman. I believe you. Ugh, Lucky, you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. I mean, true, most of us, but Some of us, but also, hey, the thread continues until the next day. Hey, okay, so one, this is an ARG, I would never. And two, you're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things. I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an audio file titled Tommy Knockers Real. I'm not sure how to say that. WAV? What? Or wave? Not sure. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. Bride of Bigfoot. I like that name. 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights. This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is Kidnapped by Aliens all over again. Now I want to look that up. Although I don't think that's real, but it would be funny if it was. Also, lol, doughy white things and now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her. I'm going to call the mods. Uncle Carl. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying, no self-promo. See, that kind of sucks. It's like, instead of trying to figure things out, he just, Of course, we don't know if Uncle Carl sent Stella a message or not, but the thread ends. Wow, poor Stella, remind me to never be internet famous. Here's hoping my SoundCloud stays niche and then underappreciated until the day I die. Check her search history. You check Stella's search history. She hasn't visited any website since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night's incident, she didn't touch her browser. Which makes sense, because if she wanted to go someplace, she would have probably just been like, don't have time, gotta blah, 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 Her search history is almost entirely work-related. A furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of ditchlings. That's that. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Thank God. Should we do this? I don't think there's any clues here. I don't think so either. This is what Rune's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. You could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Oh, she still does those corkboard with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Okay, I don't think we're going to find much else here. Let's move on. Okay, so she probably came home last night, but she's not here now, and we don't have any idea where she might have gone. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I hoped she would just be sleeping in. I can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? Go to the cops, check in on Oscar. Let's check out the diner. We should go to the mines. We should check out the church. I kind of want to do this one. We should check in on Oscar. He's smart. Maybe he'll know what to do. I hope nothing else happened after we all went home last night. They're so brave for sleeping in that house after everything we went through. I'd rather sleep in the woods with the ditchlings than someplace that was that haunted. Your mom said it's safe, and I'm inclined to believe her. Why would she lie? But how would she know that? Magic, probably, but there's only one way to find out. Let's go. Morning light streams in through the library's large windows. In the bright daylight, it's once again a place of comfort, all menace having fled in the wake of Charles Shaw Jr.'s departure. No ghosts, thank God. I was not up for an encore. Yeah, it's gone, just like your mom said it would be. You can't help but overhear the murmurings of an intense conversation coming from the mayor's office. Talk to animals, or rather the murmurings of an intense animal Oh, this is fun. Let's go check it out. You start making your way upstairs toward the mayor's office. Hey, where are you going? A small gang of dogs holds court in the mayor's office. Most of the dogs quietly watch from the sidelines, but two of them, a sheepdog and a basset hound, are in heated conversation with Mayor and Shimmy. Their tags read Scraps and Daisy. Pixel sits on a shelf nearby, wearily keeping an ear to the conversation. Sounds like you've all sorted this out. I don't see what you need me to do about any of it. Sorted? Things ain't sorted until the sound is safe. Now, we may have got to be getting some militia together, but there's plenty of pets out there who are still ill-informed about these things crawling out of the woods. You're the mayor. They'll listen to you. Just tell them to stay inside until it's handled. Listen, Scraps, buddy, I hear you, but the last thing we need right now is anarchy in the street. It's no use. I told you he'd be bullheaded. He's always bullheaded. Always the sore loser, aren't we, Daisy? Things are fine. Nobody has to worry about a thing. The mayor pulls himself away from the conversation to acknowledge you. Oh, ho, ho, I remember you. You're that out-of-towner from yesterday, the speaker. The other dogs murmur amongst themselves for a moment, then turn to face you. I'm sorry you had to see this little display. Politics gets so messy. Good doggies. Are y'all some kind of dog militia? Did I hear that right? So you're the Scraps I've heard so much about. Have any of you seen or smelled Gretchen? I want answers. Have any of you seen or smelled Gretchen? She and her person are missing. Is she missing? Oh dear, Scraps, you don't think. Gretchen's person would never let that happen to her. Wherever she is, I'm sure she's safe from those things. A dog like her doesn't get to be that age while a watchful human at her side. Even if she's safe, I don't like the sound of this. See, Jimmy? This is the cost of inaction. Gretchen is a pillar of our community, and she's missing. What will it take for you to finally open your eyes and do something? If you wait until you're the last dog left in Scarlet Hollow, it'll be far too late to save yourself. Yes, I get it. You're all very upset, but what do you expect me to do about it? Shut out the town? Shut down the town? What about economy? Do you even know what economy is, Jimmy? Or are you just throwing around fancy words you've heard the humans say? Of course I know what economy is. I know all about economyism. Oh, good, because I've never understood a lick of it when humans talk about economy. I figured it was just made up word that yell at each other when they want to stop talking. So please, enlighten us. I'm not going to debase myself by playing a game of trivia. Not in front of the speaker. I thought so. To answer your question, we did catch a whiff right around here, and another near her house. Haven't picked up anything around town since then. Let's hope those creatures haven't already gotten to her. Can you help us find her? You got better noses. Let me know if you smell her around town, okay? Just as I feared, I hope she's okay out there. Can you help us find her? You've got better noses for this sort of thing. We'll do our best. We didn't intend to make any more trips out into the woods, but if it's for Gretchen, we'll take that risk. She's a well-liked dog in these parts, been around longer than any of us. It'd be a blow to the community for her to fall victim to those monstrosities. I also didn't realize that's a clue. So they're not in the woods. So they're not in the woods. Excuse me. They're not in the woods. They're not. They smelled her at her house, her and Stella's house, but they haven't smelled her since then. So she's close. Also, we gotta decide what we're gonna. Ooh, let's do this one. So you're the Scraps I've heard so much about. The one and only. This here Daisy, and we've got a few other concerned locals with us as well. Just to making sure the cats and dogs of the holler are well cared for considering recent events. Also, sorry guys, I'm sucking on a cough drop. There are more of these things in the woods every day, popping out the innocent bodies of what used to be dogs like us. They're exaggerating, of course. I've heard reports of creatures coming out of the woods. It's nothing the humans of this town can't handle. It's no secret that Daisy and Scraps are my competitors. And it's just like them to jump at the first sign of trouble as an opportunity to run me out of office. Nobody's trying to run you out of anything. We're just trying to keep the critters of the town safe. How very noble of you, but that's exactly the line you feed the voters if you were trying to get rid of me. Gretchen really admires you, Scraps. Oh, she flatters me, so I'm nothing special, just another dog. All the more reason to go after her before it's too late. Don't be so modest, Scraps. You're the kind of dog other dogs listen to. It's a damn shame that humans are so charmed by that charlatan. I'm right here, Daisy. I'm well aware. You think you're so high and mighty, don't you? Just because you can sit and say the best. As if obedience is the best quality in a leader. I'm gonna do this one. Mr. Mayor, you should listen to Daisy and Scraps on this one. There won't be anarchy in the streets to worry about if every animal in town is taken by ditchlings. Your opinion is noted. I've been mayor for over 14 years. I know what I'm doing. That's 14 dog years, Jimmy. If you're not going to help, the least you can do is not blow smoke up the speaker's ass. I suppose you were right, Daisy. This was just a waste of time. But I need to hear it with my own ears before I can really believe it. I'll save the "I told you so" for later. Let's go rally the others. This town won't save itself. You and the dogs exit the mayor's office and close the door behind you. They quickly turn a corner and vanish from your line of sight. You find Kanika and Avery waiting for you in the lobby. I took a peek in there. You just had a full-on conversation with the dogs. It is so weird when you do that. Does this sort of thing happen a lot with Beth? Yeah, it takes some getting used to. After last night, it'd take a whole lot more than Beth having a conversation with the gang of dogs to faze me. I guess Oscar must be in the back. I know that's where I'd be if I finally managed to unhaunt my house. I've always been surprised at how unsupervised this place is. Sometimes it feels like anyone could just walk in and do whatever they wanted. Like what? Steal books? I mean, they could, right? I'm not saying anyone would. I'm just saying that people in this town trust each other a lot. It's nice. Let's go find Oscar. You make your way back toward the annex. It feels strange to be back here in the light of day. As if the events of the previous evening were all just a terrible dream. This hallway really takes me back. It feels like it was only yesterday that we were last here. Blissfully unaware that our entire lives were about to change forever. It was only yesterday. I know. Kanika knocks on the door. Oh, good morning. It's so good to see all of you. Beth. He takes in the sight of you standing in the bright corridor. His expression changes subtly, his eyebrows curving upward with a twinge of guilt upon seeing you at his door. I hope you're doing well this morning. Please, come on in. You have no idea how good it felt to sleep in our own house last night. Though I suppose I didn't do too much sleeping. I mostly sat and stared at the hatch all night. Nothing happened, but the idea that something could happen was more than enough to keep me wide awake. So, what brings you here? Stella's been missing since last night and we're trying to figure out if anyone's seen her. She hasn't gotten in touch with any of you? I was trying to freak out about her. I really care, and she's just gone. I'm gonna do this way. I'm starting to freak out a little. I really care about her, and she's just gone. It's okay, Beth. We're going to find her. That's not good. I haven't seen her since she ran off last night. God, I feel like this is all my fault. I should have done a better job warning her. Stella was practically banging down your door trying to get evidence of ghosts. I don't think you were going to be able to stop her. There was no way you could have known how she would react when she found it. I don't even think she knew how she'd react. And besides, you didn't know how bad it was going to get. You can't blame yourself for everything, man. I know you probably feel like it's your responsibility to make sure everyone around you is okay. But sometimes that's just not going to be possible. You're only one guy. Now I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town has seen her. That doesn't mean something bad happened, but it doesn't exactly sound like it's all sunshine and roses for her either. Sorry that I can't be more helpful, especially after everything y'all have done for us. I know time is of the essence right now, but while you're here, I wanted to let you know that I'm determined to do whatever I can to help investigate what's happening to our town. I was hoping we could compare notes. It might help me narrow down where I should start my research. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing paranormal in Scarlet Hollow before very recently. Now here we are, suddenly surrounded by weird little goblin creatures in the woods and plagued by angry ghosts. You'd think there was an exciting event, right? I do. That's my thought, too. It was never like this in the holler before. Something must have happened and kicked off all this magic stuff. Avery stares at you. I mean, it's obvious, right? Things only started happening once Beth got here. Kanika shoots Avery a glare. No, we are not throwing Beth under the bus. What? There's nothing wrong with being a magical catalyst. Sure, there's probably nothing wrong with someone being a magical catalyst, but there's definitely something wrong with saying someone's a magical catalyst. If people get the wrong idea, we're only a couple steps away from the whole town deciding to show her. No one's gonna drag Beth into a witch hunt on my watch. I like to think we've outgrown the days of running people out of town on rails. I'd rather play it safe. Don't worry, it's not like I was going to run around town telling everyone that Beth magicked a bunch of terrible disasters into existence. But if there's a catalyst for all of it, why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming home to Scarlet Hollow? If I may, Beth getting into town isn't the only major event that's happened recently. Pearl Ann died over a week ago, and those creatures in the woods were already reproducing by the time she survived. Now I like this idea. Could it be possible that Pearl Ann had something to do, in spite of her mean personality and all that? Could she have had something to do with holding back all the supernatural activities? Not to mention, I started seeing things in our house before Pearl Ann passed. I think I never thought to make a note of exactly when the spirit made itself known. If there's a root cause for all of this, hopefully there's a way to put the genie back in his bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there have ever been any similar events, and whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. We'll fill you in on what little we know, so you at least have some place to start. Are we sure the ghost is really gone? We've been finding these weird stone cells. I think Sybil knows more. Work of some kind of cult. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There's one in the mines, and another in your basement. There might be more. These are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time, and to think someone must have put it there, but who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, Beth. You know, I was thinking about filling that basement with cement and pretending it was never a part of this house. But if we're all here, maybe we should go down and ostracize. Take a closer look at that carving, seal, whatever it was. Oh, heck yeah. It'll be like checking out the behind the scenes of a haunted house morning after. I mean, I know you're joking, but that's literally what we'd be doing, right? Ha! Now that you mention it, yeah. I guess that wasn't the best analogy. It's been bad enough going into haunted houses and abandoned coal mines at night. But there's something that feels so much worse about going down there in the middle of the day. I can't say I'm thrilled at the thought of it either. But we need to do whatever we can to start getting ahead of things. I really don't think this is a good idea. Going down there is worth the risk. We've been seeing ditchlings in broad daylight. I don't think we have the luxury of turning down clues. I couldn't agree more. After everything you've done to keep my family safe the past few 2 days, I'm not going to risk losing our home because I was too scared of old stone carving. Oscar, I feel like this is a bad idea. What, you don't want to put yourselves in another potentially life-threatening situation? Not if I can help it. I'm not really a hands-on kind of investigator. That's Stella's thing. You don't have to go down there with us. You can wait upstairs. Ooh, I haven't had this happen yet. Oscar leads you back down the familiar hallway into Rosalina's room. Oh, hey, Dad. What are y'all doing in here? I'm going back into the basement, Rosa. I'm afraid there's something down there that might help us figure out what's going on in town. It's probably best you go to the library while we... No way. If you're going down there, I'm going too. Remember what you said last night? No more secrets. We're in this together. You're right, Rosa. You can come with us. No more secrets. Am I the only person in this town who doesn't have a death wish? Sybil said that the ghost is gone. I really don't think there's anything to be afraid of down there anymore. Just give me a moment to move all this out of the way. Oscar gets to work moving the furniture from the trapdoor, his broad shoulders making quick work of it. Before you and your companions know it, you found yourself transfixed to the trapdoor. I don't want to go back down there. It's okay, Alexis. You don't have to come with us. We can stay up here together while everyone else goes down there. Oscar opens the hatch with a menacing creak. Everybody's heart skips a beat, though Avery's might have skipped a beat out of excitement rather than fear. But none of you are swept up into a ghost nightmare puppet show. The sun continues to shine, the birds continue to sing out Rosalina's window. See? Nothing to be worried about. The slight tremor in his voice tells you he's mostly saying that to himself. Shall we? If you're sure you want to do this, I won't stop you, but I do not like the vibes I'm getting from that pit. Descend. You descend the basement stairs and find yourself in the same cold, unfinished place you were in last night. You can't shake an oppressive feeling, but whether that feeling is driven more by the trauma of the last night or something more tangible, you're unsure. Well, I guess wherever we're looking for is in that pit. I guess we should take a look. Oscar walks up to the burial site, eyes widening as he peers inside. Stare into the pit. The eternally screaming remains of Charles Shaw Jr. are exactly where you left them last night, staring back up at you from empty sockets. The carving lies beneath him, the heavy, cold stone acting like his coffin. Keen-eyed, its style is more than just similar to the carving in the mines. Both stones were carved by the same artist. Charlie. Whoa, cool. Dang, Charlie, best grandma really did a number on you. Nobody touch it. Got to call Dr. Kelly about this. We should put his body to rest, right? That's how these things usually go. At least in the movies. And hey, we disturbed his body and he has to come back for a sequel. Confirmation that he's gone for good, right? I think so. That's gonna make it a lot easier to sleep tonight. Does that mean you'll let me sleep in my actual bed? Whoa, let's give it one more night. I still don't know how I feel about you sleeping on top of that rock. What do we think? We should destroy the thing. Well, I've seen enough. I'm gonna ask what they think, because I don't think we should destroy it. It's a carving, it's a seal. It's sealing something. Wolves encircling a goat. It's a start. What was on the carving the mines? A circle of arms bound up in chains. Stella took a photo of it. Not that that's helpful right now, but maybe once we find her, she can send it to you. Interesting. I'm sure the description will be more than enough to get started. Can Alexis and I help? I want to know why someone put this creepy stuff under my room. Sure, you can help. Um, eh, I'm gonna say this just to see what happens. We should destroy this thing. Are you sure about that? That carving is one of the best leads we have. Dad, that thing stole our house. I suppose it did, and we do have a photo reference to work with. Okay, I'll give it a go. I'll do some research. Maybe we can use some kind of acid on them. You and the others make your way back up to Rosalina's room. As soon as you're all in one place, Oscar closes the trapdoor and moves a pile of furniture back in place. So, did y'all get possessed or cursed or anything? Nope, but we did see a dead body. Close enough. Glad I saved one. Alexis, you want to see a picture of it? You. Okay. I'm not sure that's appropriate. Alexis' parents might not approve you showing their daughter pictures of dead people. They let her watch all kind of scary movies, Dad. It's fine. And maybe she can help with the investigation, too. Yeah, it's totally okay, Mr. Gutierrez. I don't want to see it in person, but I do want to see it. Before Oscar has a chance to get another word, Rosalina's already pulled up the picture on her phone. Whoa, I can't believe you're going to sleep in here. You're so brave. Oscar sighs. I'll be back to check on you two in a minute. I've just got a couple things to finish up with these folks. You, Kanika, and Avery follow Oscar back to the living room. So, I have more than enough to get started on my research now. But is there anything else I should know about? I'm gonna do this one. I think Sybil knows more than she's letting on, and she wants me to come talk to her today. My mom? But she's always been such a crystals and herbs kind of lady, not like someone who actually knows about supernatural stuff. Still, she did seem really calm and confident last night. Weirdly so. I hate this. It's probably pretty mind-blowing to find out your mom might be a legit witch. But you gotta admit it makes sense. If I had to guess who in town would know about real magic, she would be my number one pick. It's good she's on our side. She did seem strange last night. She kept shutting down the conversation like she was rushing us along, trying not to let us linger on the supernatural long enough to reach any conclusion. If she does know something, why would she be hiding it? I'd be interested to know what exactly she intends to tell you. That couldn't be discussed in front of the rest of us. Let's do this one. I think there's something in the clinic. There was this door yesterday, and I could feel something pulling me toward it. You didn't mention anything like that yesterday. I see. I'll take up what I can on the clinic. There's a lot of history there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something haunting that place as well. You have a friend who lives there, right? Should we tell him that something bad might happen in his house? He might want to stay somewhere in a place else for now. if the last few nights are any indication. Yeah, I can shoot Reese warning text, but I don't know if his mom will let him leave. She's got an iron grip on the poor dude, and she's probably even more of a skeptic than I am or was. Let's do. We should investigate the clinic. You're not wrong, but at the same time, I don't want to be the one who sneaks into Dr. Kelly's clinic and gets caught. She's mean enough as is. I don't want to know what she'd be like if she got us breaking into her place of business. Who knows if we uncover another ghost or some new kind of terrifying supernatural entity lurking in her clinic, she might be more grateful than mad. No one should be breaking into any houses. We don't need to go looking for trouble when we've already found the lifetime's worth. I don't know if we have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or two to do some research before you do anything rash, okay? I'm gonna warn about Pixel. Make sure Pixel stays inside or he might get grabbed by ditchlings. The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces? Yeah, the anguished doughboys. I kinda like them. It's like a hidden object game out there today while the weird little faces peering out of the bushes. Like them. Are we talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in local wildlife? I don't want to get friendly with them or anything. I just think they're kind of interesting. To each their own. Will do. I can't imagine how devastated Rosalina would be if something were to happen to him, especially after everything she's been through. Let's do this one. Whatever we're doing next, I feel like we're missing a vital team member. We need to find Stella, and fast. I agree. We need her brazen energy if we're going to do any serious sleuthing. See you around, Oscar. Let us know what you find. I will. Okay, I think we're going to take a break here, guys, if you don't mind. I'm going to try to split this up, especially since we're on our last gameplay of this game for right now until Chapter 5 comes out. But as soon as Chapter 5 comes out, I will be letting you guys know. And we will finish Chapter 4. But I kind of want to split it up a little bit. Kind of see what's going on and all that. But, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys are having a good week. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I may post another vlog, sometime this week. Not really sure. I'm gonna try anyway. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it was fun hanging out with you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed this and look forward to next time when we'll continue our hunt for Stella. Thanks, guys. Bye.